Hello, YouTube channel. My name is David Jensen, and this is the story of my life. A long time ago, back in the back in the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s, I've always had a problem, even before the '90s, trying to find someone I can share my life with. I've always had a problem trying to find a job and stuff like that, and it's only because I couldn't read and write. So I've had odd jobs. And back in 1990, I met this woman. Okay, her name was Miranda Anderson. We both were from Chicago. And it's funny, you know, how we hooked up. We hooked up from a third party that hooked us up, because I was always looking for someone that I could love as much as the person would love me. And then, of course, Miranda and we met that first night and we talked and stuff like that. She had a pretty bad life too herself, you know, growing up. And we had a lot in common, you know. So, I mean, despite my Tourette's and Tourette syndrome, and you know, I'm trying to make this short as possible, but not as short as possible. But we got married back in 1990. We got married at City Hall in Chicago, and it was $30 to get married. So I pitched in $15, she pitched in $15, and we got married. And she says, "Hey, you're mine now." You know, we lived together, and she gave me a lot of hope, you know, in life, because she knew a lot of things about life itself. So she gave me a lot of hope. She helped me just as well as I would help her. So, but she had certain problems, you know, and I decided that maybe we should just go ahead and move to Indiana, you know, to get out of Chicago. Chicago was not the greatest thing to be living at. So we did move to Indiana. We did a lot of things together. We went to the boat. We went to the Lincoln Park Zoo. We call it our little farm animals our family. We've been together for 35 years. Well, back in 2014 or 2015, she got ill. She went to the hospital over at St. Mary's, and found out that she had leukemia, AML leukemia. So they transferred from there to Chicago at UIC, and Dr. Wendy Stock took care of her. And I mean, it was touch and go for a while, because I mean, we were constantly running back and forth to the hospital, you know, standing by her side, crying. And then they came out with this new drug that actually, when you're put in remission, they give you this drug, and it keeps you gotta get a shot like every month, but it keeps the cancer in remission. It does not come out of remission. So years went by. I mean, she lived for a good life, you know. We went to church together. We prayed together. We went to United Church of Christ in Valparaiso. Dr. Gregory Jones, professor, was our pastor of the church. I got baptized there. She got baptized there. Well, back in 2020, COVID hit. Okay, her numbers were up, but when COVID hit, it kind of brought her numbers down. She was in the back in what was it? I don't remember what day it was, but she went in the hospital back in 2020. I think it was in December. That was her last Christmas we spent together. She went in the hospital, and her numbers were down. The COVID-19 attacked her lungs. She was put on oxygen, and she was getting 90% oxygen. And then, of course, a few weeks later, I got a call from the hospital that's saying she passed away. And it's like it took my whole life away from me. I mean, it just took me to a loop because she was the only woman that I really loved. And that was like 3 years ago. 4 years ago we were together. We spent our last Christmas together. And ever since then, everything went downhill. We've had storages that we had together, and we lost our storage because of circumstances. And then I got this one storage that I got now. Everything that we collected for the last 35 years that we collected together. But everything's been going downhill. I was working at this place called Rosewood, but then because I had an accident with the car, some guy hit my front end of my car and took off running, and then the police caught him, but I had to pay a $500 deductible, and then of course damage was condensed in the front end of the car by the wheels, and I had to pay $1,040 to get that corrected, and that kind of put me in a hole. My wife had life insurance, but according to law, you have to have the insurance active for 2 years before you can collect the total amount. But he only had for a year. They covered $400 of the cremation, and of course I had to pay the rest out of pocket. But it just seems like everything's been going downhill for me ever since I lost my wife. And the only way I could stop taking the pressure of my wife passing away, I kept on working until I started having medical problems with my back and stuff like this, and it's kind of slowed me up from work, and I've been going through pain control for them, taking pills and having back procedures. And it's like everything's been going downhill. I mean, my car is breaking down. I can't even afford to fix the car. It was good that I had the money for the registration for my car, but having the money to actually fix the car, front end, because it wobbles a little bit, and of course I'm going to take it down to a friend of mine so he can check it out and see what he could do for me, and talk to my brother and see if he could help me out with the bill. We had so many plans that me and Miranda were going to do. Around March 1st, we were going to move out and move into our old place where we used to live at in Valpo back in 21. But I had no idea that she was going to pass away. I just don't know what to do anymore. Every day I come to storage over in South Haven, and I look in the storage and I see my wife's clothes in there and all the stuff we gathered up together, our past history, pictures of the past, her scooter, her walker, anything I can, it brings back memories. We had good memories too. I mean, I'm not even working. I don't have a job right now, and I've been looking. I've been going to here and there restaurants or stores and stuff like this, and it seems like, I mean, I'm 65 years old now. I mean, who's gonna hire an old person like me that had problems back in the past? I mean, it seems like eventually I'm gonna be on the street. Because I cannot make it on my own like this. Because I'm not working, I need something to subsidize my income. I just don't know what to do anymore. I miss my wife so much. 35 years of marriage. And I don't wish this upon nobody. Nobody at all. Me and my wife, we used to eat together, we used to pray together. And everything was positive. I'm just telling everyone about this, what's going on with me, because a lot of people out there know who I am. They know me on Facebook, they know me on my YouTube, they also know me, as the Steven Seagal look-alike in Valparaiso. I just wish my wife was with me right now. I miss her so much. If anyone wants to see the story of my whole life and stuff like this, and a lot of it is on my Facebook videos, you're welcome to look at them and stuff like that. I got pictures of my wife out there, and I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm so afraid, because right now I'm not working, and paying bills is so hard. Even though it's got to be done. I'm paying high rents and stuff like that. Because my wife's dream, when she got out of the hospital, she wanted to try to get a house or something like this together. And that was my dream, to have a house and a home with her and I. It just never happened. I'll show you the storage, because I can't do like a turn on this thing, but that's our storage right now, as you see it. So basically, I don't know what to do. I really don't. This is where I come to get closer to my wife. I come to storage because she was here. We straightened out this whole storage area. We did it together. And it seems like no matter where I go, in Valparaiso or in South Haven or in Portage, my wife and I were there together. I'm going to show you people something. He bought this car, 2009 Ford Flex. He paid literally $10,000 for the car, and I've been having it ever since. I don't plan to get another car, not in this lifetime. That's her scooter that she used to drive around in because she couldn't walk. I took care of her. I bathed her, I cooked for her, I did everything that a man's supposed to do for his wife, especially someone that you love, because she would have done the same thing for me. That's her walker. So, I mean, I come to the store to get closer to my wife. I see her clothes, and I just fall apart and start crying because it hurts so much. And I basically don't know what to do anymore. I mean, I got all these bills I'm paying out, and like I'm gonna lose everything anyway. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just falling apart all the time, falling apart. It's been almost 3 years. My wife passed away. 4 years we were together on Christmas. I don't know what to do anymore. I know I keep on repeating myself, but I don't know what to do. And I know eventually I'll have to get rid of the car because I can't afford a car. And eventually I'll be on the street. When you're with someone so long, for 30, 35 years, and they pass on and you're left by yourself, it's hard. It's hard to get yourself together. My brother did it, you know, but he could read and write. He was working for the fire department. He's doing well, but I'm not. You know, I don't have any money. I'm literally broke. I got a few dollars here and a few dollars there, you know. I know it sounds like I'm asking for money, but I'm not. You know. But I just need someone to talk to. When you're with someone for so long, and it's nothing but loyalty and love throughout the whole relationship, it's really hard. Sorry about my nose running, crying so much. I get closure sitting inside this car other than going to stores and looking at the stuff that my wife and I put together in boxes and stuff like that. I'm trying to set this phone up. So basically that's it. So if anyone wants to see the story of my life, just go to my Facebook page. It's David Jensen in Valparaiso, Indiana. Okay, you'll see a picture of me in a leather jacket, and you'll see the Lakota flag in the background, and that'll be me. And on my Facebook, I got all my videos that I did all the way from the very beginning of time. and everything is all sprangatorio. You'll see my wife. My wife is she's African American descent, and of course I'm Native American. Anyway, I'm not asking for money, but I am asking for advice. You know, what to do. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. I've been sitting here crying, and this is where I come for closure. This is close as I can get to my wife, because right now she's somewhere. Some people say she's with me in the spirit. I love my wife very much, and it hurts. I'm even staying in the same apartment where the ambulance took her out, and when she went to the hospital, she never came back home. And she wanted to come home. She said she wanted to die at home. They would not release her to me so that could happen. But anyway, YouTube channel, I had to share this video with you, and I'll probably end up making more. But anyway, I'm going to get going. Everyone take care, and thanks for taking the time and watching my videos. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.